Alright, thanks for clicking on the video. This is Gulpane, just back with a quick PSP review, and this one is Tom Clancy's EndWar for the old PSP, and this is a strategy game. So I believe that the other Tom Clancy games are like kind of third person kind of shooting games, whereas this one is gone in a completely different direction. Or the PSP version is a kind of a turn-based tactics game, whereas the Tom Clancy's EndWar, the PC version, and the console versions are like real-time kind of strategy games. So a little bit different. So this was developed by Funatics and published by Ubisoft and released for the PSP in the EU on November 6th, 2008. So basically, there is a story in this. It's like a generic story of like a terrorist attack. So that's nice to have. The main mission has you, like, obviously classic PSP starts out with like a nice tutorial on how to play the game. So the start of the game has you kind of moving around your units, so the soldier units or the tank units or the boats or the planes and stuff. And then when you attack another like an enemy target, you go into like a different screen, and it shows like your units attacking the other units, which is pretty cool. It's an extra little piece of effort. It shows like a satellite view of what's happening, so I really like that. It's kind of like an R-type tactics when it shows like the one kind of unit attacking another unit, but in like more detail. On like in some games, some tactics games like this, it's just like the gun just shoots or the sword just swipes, and that's the kind of attack. But there's a little bit of extra effort put into this, so that's very much appreciated, very welcomed. There is also, which is really interesting, you don't see this a lot in games. There is like an editor. So obviously, like in the boxing games or the UFC games, there's like create a fighter, or the wrestling games, and that's kind of entertaining, to do it. This one has like create a map, so you can basically like create a map yourself with the different terrains and all that, and you can I'm assuming you can share it with your friends over the like PSP. I've never actually connected my PSP to someone else's PSP and played like a two-player game, so I don't know, because I only started getting into the PSP a few years ago, and my PSP collection now is massive, with all the games that I get, and then kind of record footage and talk about them for a while, to keep the old the love for the PSP going. But yeah, it does have like an editor, which I thought was pretty cool. I did try and make a couple of maps myself, but I'm not sure the point of it if you're not going to like play against someone else on that map. So I did spend more time with the main mission, which is very colourful, and there's a real big contrast between the sort of cartoony graphics that are on screen, and then the portraits of the colonel or whatever, the commanding officer person that's giving you the instructions. So that looks more realistic, and then you get like way more realistic then when you go to the combat screen. So it's almost like there was like 3 different stages of development here. It's like very, very simplistic cartoony sort of main thing, and then like a bit more realistic character portraits, and then like super realistic kind of sizes and scales of the units when it goes to like the attacking screen from the vantage point of the satellite, which is great. It's really nice to kind of see those kind of different things, because normally when a game like does like an art style, it kind of sticks to that art style, and it doesn't like incorporate other art styles, if that makes any sense what I'm saying there. So it is quite nice. So Tom Clancy's EndWar, I'm not experienced with the Tom Clancy games. This is the only one I've ever played, so I can't actually compare it to other games. Again, I'm assuming that they're kind of third-person stealth shooter games in general. So this was nice to see. The PSP, like in general, home to kind of like kind of games that are not the norm. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys next video. Adios.